People sometimes believe that once their estate plan is written, they're all set and they don't need to look at it again.
Well, Peter from Hooper Law Office joins us to talk about the importance of maintaining and updating your estate plan. Good morning, Peter. Nice to see you.
Good morning.
All right, let's talk about some of the most common reasons that people need to update their estate plan.
Yeah, absolutely. So a lot of people, they get an estate plan because they know it's important, but then they aren't paying attention to the things that have changed in their lives that might affect them. So, changes in health are certainly an important factor. Changes in the situations of your loved ones that you might be leaving assets to, whether those are kids or other people. And then changes in your assets. People set up an estate plan with one set of assets, and then they maybe work with their financial advisor. They're moving things around. And one of the most consistent problems we see in people's estate plans is that they move assets not thinking about, oh, I need to keep this thing coordinated with my will or my trust or whatever planning I've done to make sure that that document actually is going to control my assets when I die, or am I just going to have a fancy empty shell that doesn't do anything?
So in the past, you've shared that some legal changes can also affect people's estate planning, like the Secure Act. Are there more changes coming down the road?
Yeah, the Secure Act was a huge change, and I'd argue that anybody who has a retirement account and hasn't done their planning since 2020, they really need to do some updating. But there are more things that are at least proposed. We don't know exactly whether or not each of these things might pass through Congress, but there is a very large potential change coming for the estate tax system, which is taxing assets after people pass away. Presently, we're at the largest ever coupon that people have to pass assets. It's about $11.7 million. There is a proposal right now that might drop that number down to about $3.5 million. So I'd suggest that anybody who has an estate over about $3 million really needs to review their estate plan and determine if there's other things that are appropriate for their situation to potentially save some amount of tax.
Peter, can you give us an example of something that might happen if someone does not update their plan?
Yeah, laws in particular change. And I'm well aware that my clients aren't keeping up with every law that could possibly affect them for the rest of their lives. And so they inaccurately can often think, well, my finances haven't changed so much. My kids are still doing well, so I don't have anything to do. But these laws have a big impact. We'd mentioned the Secure Act earlier, and it completely changed the timetable for taxation of retirement accounts after the death of the owner. It used to have a life expectancy for the beneficiaries to take out and be taxed on things. Now it's 10 years. And so there's a number of things that somebody needs to consider in the context of that change of the law. But there's numerous other laws. That's just a big one that affects a lot of people. And so you can have bad results in terms of taxation on the estate. You can have bad administrative results if things get out of whack. Part of estate planning is to just make sure that your estate is passing to your loved ones in the most efficient manner with the appropriate protections for them. And I've never had a client say they want to pay more in taxes than is absolutely necessary.
I don't think anyone does.